Welcome back to our channel. Today, we are going to recap the movie I Am Losing Weight, released in the year 2018. The movie starts with Anya, a baker who lives in Nizhny Novgorod, a huge city in Russia. She resides in an apartment with her athletic and muscular boyfriend, Zhenya, a swimming coach. Their jobs are polar opposites of each other. Anya handles food every day, while Zhenya is usually around people who micromanage their bodies. One day, the couple is invited to a wedding party. Anya looks at her body and realizes that she has gained weight. When she and Zhenya first met, she could fit into a size 0 dress. She tries to fit into her dresses, but finds it difficult to do so. Zhenya checks on her and is surprised to see that she is indeed not the same woman he met before. Seeing this change, he subtly tries to convince her not to come. Anya then decides not to attend the wedding party, as she believes Zhenya. However, while scrolling through social media, he sees another woman flirting with his boyfriend. Threatened, she immediately heads to the party, despite not feeling good about herself. She even asks Natasha, her best friend, for a ride there. Natasha also notices her weight gain, but thinks that she is just as beautiful. She arrives at the party just in time to stop her boyfriend from dancing with another girl. She even kisses him to assert her position as his girlfriend. Zhenya is not very happy about this and dumps her before the party ends. She goes to her mother's house, as she cannot go back to the apartment that she shares with Zhenya. She spends the night there and looks at her ex-boyfriend's pictures. She also sees a picture of herself when the two of them first met and is saddened by how much she's changed. The next day, she tells Natasha about the breakup and how Zhenya has already left her belongings at her house. Natasha lets her stay until she finds her own place, but gets tired of seeing her beautiful best friend wishing to win back his shallow ex-boyfriend. Upon seeing her miserable state, Natasha tells about a friend in a similar position who used it as inspiration to work out again. She eventually got slim again after a month, leaving her ex-boyfriend desperate to win her back. Anya complains that she doesn't have enough money to get a gym subscription. Natasha gives her an idea. Use the 1-week free trials at gyms all over the city. She finally agrees and goes to the gym for the first time in her life. She works out on her own. While everyone in the gym looks put together, Anya looks out of place when she clumsily misuses the gym equipment. After working out, she goes to Natasha's workplace, a fast food chain, to eat her heart out. But her friend throws away her food and scolds her for being undisciplined. She tells her to show some willpower and not give up so easily after 2 hours in the gym. She goes home and does one of the 5-minute tricks of putting a moisturizer in your fat and wrapping it with plastic to make someone slim. Obviously a scam. She even ironically devours a bag of chips, intending to become slim. She tries to get some midnight snacks from Natasha's refrigerator, but gets caught. The next day, she tearfully promises herself that she will no longer cat unhealthy food. To Anya, this is mission impossible, since she works in a place where she's constantly surrounded by food and food lovers. Despite desperate attempts to control her hunger and appetite, she gives in and devours half a cake after starving herself the whole day. She looks up support groups that share the same problem as her. She finds one and attends a support group for compulsive eaters. Anya, who is ashamed of her problem, hides the fact that she was there as a member of the group and acts like a journalist who wants to cover their story. She gets called out by the only male member, Kolya, and he tells her that she's in denial about her problem. Ashamed that she's been caught, she pretends that she's on a phone call and leaves the circle. Kolya follows her and invites her to a nearby restaurant. There, he proposes that they become each other's fitness sponsors. This will be a mutually beneficial agreement for both of them, as they will have someone to keep them in check while exercising and before eating meals. They can also become each other's emotional support, as losing weight can be a mentally taxing activity. Despite him being a stranger, Anya agrees. They immediately went on with their plan the next day by running in the park and doing it every single day. After several days of getting acquainted, Anya's doubts about Kolya's intentions dissipate, as she can see that he genuinely wants to help her. She also discovers that Kolya is a health freak who doesn't support crash diets or other toxic slimming techniques. Unlike her, he is content with his body. This energy seems to be infectious, as she slowly regains her love for her body. With his help and her determination, Anya starts to see changes in her body as she slowly loses some weight. Whenever she's wavering and growing frustrated about the process, Kolya takes her to a place where they can scream to relieve their stress. However, despite everything, Anya's inspiration is still to win Zhenya back, which frustrates Kolya as he's grown to like Anya. As time passes, she finally loses 10 kilos and regains her confidence to meet Zhenya again. She even buys a new swimsuit to flaunt her weight loss. She goes to his workplace, and his surprise is evident when he can't help but marvel at the change she went through in just a few months. She begins to feel good about herself and plays around with Zhenya. However, everything crashes down again when the girl she was jealous of last time comes and introduces herself as Zhenya's new girlfriend. Seeing how fast she was replaced, she tries to drown her sorrows in a club, where she gets blindingly drunk. The following morning, she wakes up not being able to remember anything. What makes it worse is that she wakes up in a strange bed. As it turns out, it's Kolya's bed. He assures her that he did not look at her and has not taken advantage of her state. A flashback from yesterday plays when Kolya saves Anya from a stranger who is about to take her home. After this, she goes back to her mother's house, who enlightens her that her craving for Zhenya's validation might have stemmed from a trauma response when her father left her as a child. Upon hearing this, she asks Kolya to drive her to her father's house, which is a 5-hour drive. During their road trip, Kolya subtly hints at his feelings for Anya, but since she only sees him as her dear friend, she doesn't notice any of it. They finally arrive at her father Sergei's house. There, she tries to make sense of why her father remained absent most of her life. He tells her that he did try once, but she rejected him from the get-go. That night, she accidentally set his house on fire. Furious, Sergei sends her away, which makes her devastated as her reunion with her estranged father turned out to be a big disaster. Kolya drops her off at her house, and she kisses his nose for spending this horrible day with her. Even if this is a small gesture of appreciation, Kolya becomes overjoyed and even buys flowers to give to Anya. However, Zhenya goes to her and apologizes for what he's done. Anya, who's been waiting for this moment all her life, accepts it and they make love. Kolya, who was happy just moments ago, is devastated to see Anya and Zhenya together. After spending the night with her, Zhenya comments again on her body. This snaps Anya out of it, and she starts to realize Zhenya's shallowness. She calls him out for this behavior, which causes an argument between the two of them. Zhenya walks away from her, which leaves her heartbroken again. She tries to find comfort in Kolya, but he's had enough of this unrequited love. He throws an apple at her and declares that their relationship has ended now that she has lost weight. Unexpectedly, Sergei comes to meet Anya and apologizes for his shortcomings as a father. He shows his sincerity by dancing foolishly in their backyard, which brings back good memories of her childhood. After finding peace with her father, she goes to a local marathon nearby, where she meets Kolya. Kolya appears disinterested in her, so she declares that she has not lost enough weight, so he cannot get rid of her as a fitness sponsor. After reconciling, they join the marathon and are joined by the other plus-sized competitors, who are overjoyed that they have completed the marathon. Kolya, by the end of this, finally kisses her to confess his feelings. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more movie recaps. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching.